So what we're going to do now is we're going to take apart the fuel rail, but for the most part we have easy access to the fuel rail and the fuel injectors. Those are the green plugs right there. And we're taking this off because we want to block off the breather holes that are on the back of each one of these throttle bodies. And then once we remove it, we'll cap it. So I'm going to go ahead and remove these 4 screws, and we'll see how that works out. So you see there's 1, there's 2, there's 3, and there's 4. All right. So be careful not to remove these here. All right. You don't want to remove these light gray hoses. Leave them alone. Just the dark hoses, because it routes out to this canister right here. Right there. Okay. So I'm going to set you up so that we can see how that routing goes. Hang on just a second. All right, we're set up to remove that hose. Assembly. And that's pretty much how it went on just like this here, through there, into the solenoid that connects to the canister. So I'm gonna put this little hose clamp back on where it was. Now that we got those off, we got one other hose we got to take off. And that's the one at the front of the throttle body on the first one. I'm going to move you over just a little bit and we'll get a look at it. All right, got a good shot. And then I'll come over on this side here and pull this hose off here. All right, and then this hose is routing right here. Make sure that's in the shot. And this is the hose right here. That's the hose, and I'm just sliding it through. And this hose connects to, all right, that hose right there that I just pulled out from under the frame, that connected to that breather nozzle on the front, first left throttle body, was routed down here, and then under the frame right here, and then this hose connects to the canister. This hose right here connects to the canister, all right? And we're going to remove that later in another step. But of course that connects to the actuator here, and we're removing that too. So now that I got everything free and clear that I have to cap off, I'm going to go ahead and cap it off. So hang on just a second while I get those parts ready. I'm back. All right, so I'm going to use these plugs that I mentioned earlier in the parts, and then the clamps that came off the original hoses. I'm going to start with the front, slide that on all the way. Then I get my needle nose. Get past the little hump. There we go. Got our first one installed. And then we're going to go ahead and get the other ones, and then we'll slide those on. And we'll start from this side here and get that in there on that little put there. Push all the way in. All right, and we'll get the next one. I'll clamp them all at the same time. Everything's clamped. All right, now that everything's clamped, we are going to, plugged off. These four are plugged off. I'll give you a closer look at it. You can see those four are plugged. And then the front one on the first is plugged. And we removed the canister. Well, actually, it went to that solenoid down there, that silver thing there on the bracket. Disconnected it. It was routing under the frame. Took it off. And then we removed this hose right here from the front of that, and that was routed right under the frame here, and then right to there. All right, now I'm going to reinstall the fuel injectors into the throttle bodies and then reattach the fuel rail. Now let me get the torque settings and we'll see what that is. All right, I found the screw torque setting in the service manual, and it is right here on the diagram on 3-6. And number 2, you go to 2 delivery pipe assembly screws, and it is 31 inch-pounds. Got the torque wrench ready, gonna do 31 inch-pounds. On the screws that go to the rail connecting to the throttle body. All right, got a little click there. 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 All right. Fuel rail, fuel injectors are installed. Everything looks good. Nothing loose. The next thing we're going to do is install. All right, it looks like we're going to reinstall the air cleaner housing. So let me take a break and we will be right back. But everything looks good. I don't see any issues. I feel pretty confident. I'm fully aware of what goes where, and I think we're in really good shape. If I don't show it to you, the connectors that are still part of the wiring harness where I disconnected, like solenoids and for the pair valve and stuff like that, I'm going to take those off and make sure they're protected. But other than that, everything looks like it's in pretty good shape. And we'll see you in a minute.